Well, the game that I'm going to talk about, it is my daughter's favorite animal right now is the axolotl. She's become a huge fan of axolotls, and that's her spirit animal. I don't know, whatever 13-year-olds say. So she loves axolotls, and so when I found out,
big fan of Whooper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when I found out there was a game called AK-xolotl, like an AK gun, xolotl or halotl, however, I don't know. I'm like, let me get into this, because once your family gets into something, you're kind of by osmosis picking up on some of this stuff too. So, AK-xolotl has arrived, and it is by Two Awesome Games is the name of the developer.
That's a good name.
It's a really good name. The number 2, and it is a extremely adorable rogue-lite twin stick bullet hell shooter.
Okay.
You are hitting a lot of the points that I enjoy. I enjoy quite a bit, I should say. Perfect, absolutely perfect for portable. I'm playing it on Steam Deck, and it is magnificent on the Steam Deck. It functions perfect. Anyway, so really cute, sort of the 16, 32, 24-bit aesthetics. You play as an axolotl whose entire family has been stolen, and you have to go rescue the babies. All your babies are gone. So how do you rescue the babies? Well, you go through these runs. So you're going around there. You can pick up weapons. You can shoot all the different animals from like pigeons and squirrels and gators and all that kind of stuff. They all have different attacks. And what's interesting about the game is that it's a roguelite, but because there is definitely an ending to this, like there is a boss that you're going after, and it doesn't take a long time to get to it, which is actually very good. It take forever to get to it, which in some roguelites it's like you're playing it for 100 hours just to build up your character. It's not so in Axolotl. The fun part of Axolotl comes from collecting the little your babies, and obviously with the weapons and all that kind of stuff, you can get the weapons. You can change into the babies, I guess, and go into, and the ones you collect, you can become them. I'm gonna hit the replay button on this, let it get flowing again. So it is. I'm gonna say right now, there are some really interesting and fun aspects to this, like minigame wise. After you collect a baby, egg, whatever, and then let's say you die, you lose all your stuff, whatever, you start the game again in the hub world, and in the hub you find the playpen where the baby is, and you can go and you play with the baby. If you don't play with the baby, you have to nurture them, otherwise they won't grow, they'll be unhappy. And
so there's a virtual pet side
there's like
game?
A virtual pet side to this, which is really cool. And then you just keep going till you rescue more of them, and like I fell in love with all these little critters, all these little axolotl babies that I was finding, and you start to like, they're really cutely designed too. Like some of them wear hats, some of them have completely different looks, big eyeballs, and it's just great. They're wonderful. The cow spotted one. You can get different weapons and all that kind of stuff. Like you can get a new weapon on every one of these stages that you go in. So the way the game is set up is that you have single rooms. I'm going to pause it right now so I can talk through it. You have it's sort of a single room roguelite. So you go into one room, defeat all the enemies, get the loot, which is usually a weapon. Every room has a weapon, but you can also get gold or these kind of triangle pyramid gold things or other bonuses, other items. And then you go into the next room, and so you kind of open up the path, which is like 1 or 2 or 3 other rooms you can go in. Some of the other rooms, like the little icon comes up, it could be either a shop, it could be someplace where you can get more gold, it could be facing off against more enemies or getting special weapons or right. It's nice that it gives you that kind of choice, and it's all randomized, right? Because it's the whole roguelike thing. But so I like that aspect. It's like, okay, some of the runs that I go on, I will focus on collecting gold so that I can improve certain aspects of my character and all that kind of stuff, right? That I want to improve on. So that part's fine, but a lot of these rooms are exactly the same, and it really feels like the roguelite aspect of this is more about how it links to the other rooms rather than the room itself. And so you get a lot of there's I don't want to say repetition, but you start to you'll get into a room and be like, oh, okay, this room again. All right, I'll let me plow through the room that has the 2 little mini lakes and little ponds in there, and I already know which way I got to go to, make it easier for me to survive or what. So a lot of the rooms, all the rooms are exactly the same. So you start to really.
It's kind of like a beginner's enter the gungeon or Binding of Isaac.
Yeah. So that part is really the only aspect that sort of annoyed me about the game, is that there is so much of that repetition.
I do have one question though.
Yeah.
The trailer isn't particularly good at showing the scale. Is the camera zoomed in that tight?
No.
Okay.
It's
because whenever they show the action in this, the camera is just so zoomed in on the room that I just this doesn't look good right here.
This is very zoomed in. This is very
because it just doesn't look good there.
And I think they're zooming it in right now so that you can actually see the characters. But it's even on the Steam Deck, you're zoomed out enough to see much more of the room layout, which is what you want, because you're gonna have you got the little mice here, but you might have a gator up here with a different weapon, or is it
like Isaac and Gungeon, where you enter it and you get to see the entire room in the frame?
Some of there's a couple different size rooms. So some of the rooms are literally just one screen, and some are 4, 5, or 6.
Because I don't think Isaac and Gungeon don't really go bigger than 3 or 4 screens. I think
these can get 6. If this is one screen, then get to 6 screen sizes. But playing it portably is really the way to play. So here's the shop, right? You can go in, and all the gold you saved, you can either get a different weapon, and you're allowed to kind of have 2 different types of weapons that you have all the time. You can get healing stuff. You can get improved life bars. That's one thing you don't see up in the corner here, is that there's you actually have a life bar with hearts and stuff. You can do all kinds of things. You can get the special diamond heart thing. So there's those kind of really typical roguelite aspects, right? So and then here are the cards, right? So let me backtrack real quick here. Boop, boop. There you can see some. So you open up the little special box, and sometimes you'll get the choice of, do you want to get the chili? Do you want to get the earthworm? Do you want to get the whatever? And the chili, I've used the chili a few times. You haven't. The joke about axolotls is that they're like fire salamanders, basically. Right? That they breathe fire. I like this one because you really are just kind of, there's a path of fire around you, which is that's trailing behind you or in front of you. It's really cool. And that's the one that I've used the most out of some of these specials. But I would rather go with stuff in a game like this, you're going to die a lot, which is the point. The point of roguelites is to die a lot and get better. But in this game, I think I really felt like I just wanted to do the offensive stuff and really kill as many enemies as possible to get to the next stage. Because if you're not completing the room, the rooms are designed in ways where you can kind of not cheese your way through, but if you know the different points in the room and it takes enemies a little bit longer,
that's just what this genre, this type
that's
of
what this
game.
Genre is. Yeah, that's why I'm just go with the attack stuff, because you can clear out the enemies, clear out the rooms a little faster. Yeah. But I do
Gungeon really in particular is designed for you to just kind of goof your way through a lot of the stuff.
Really cool enemy design for some of these bosses.
I like that there was that snake that was shown earlier.
Here is the fun part. This is 3 different. So you'll handle each one of your axolotls. Here's the little pig cow axolotl thing here. You got to rub their bellies sometimes. Sometimes you got to feed them. Sometimes you just got to tickle them. You got to do other things. It's pretty cool. It's like a little mini WarioWare style game with these things. So I appreciate it. It's a super cute, super fun little game about an axolotl with an AK. And it really that's all you need to know about it. It's a great little time waster. It's not asking you to be smart. It's not even asking you to think like you would in other roguelites where you have to I have to really plan my direction. I have to get this. No, it's just go and have fun and shoot things. And by the way, you're a cute little salamander. looking dude.
Yeah, no, I want to play this.
And it's also cool because your hub, it showed the enhanced there. Yeah. Your hub world can grow depending on some of the things that you unlock, which is then all of a sudden things, and you get these little characters, their little glasses there. Then things really start to, once you start unlocking some of these little spaces in your hub world, you get understanding for what the game actually is, and then your speed and your momentum in the game really increases because you're like, okay, I know what to beeline to do in this game. Instead of just trying to collect loot or just trying to defeat enemies, I know what my path is. I know what to aim for. And I think it does a great job of that. So yeah, I can highly recommend AK-xolotl or akxolotl because it's just very easy to play. It's very fun little weapons. It reminds me of a lot of the great indie games that I've fallen in love with over the last few years, and cool, very accessible game. So yeah, akxolotl, AK-xolotl. Check it out. And you got a pig cow axolotl with a gun that can have a wave of electricity flowing around him, which is cool. Great weapon design, really cool. There's a snake, and it winked.
Yeah,
just like I would to everybody else because you got to play the game.
Yeah.
Thank you to the publishers for sending that over.